It's always me again. Same day, different situation that I was thinking of, but it's more so connected to my grandmother's connection with the ladies, the neighbors and stuff back in the Vita Gardens. Now, growing up, the maintenance people when I was little was Elsie and the guy his nickname was Fuzzy. Then it was Elsie and the guy Curly. Now, Curly and LC and them was around during the time, when I was fucking just for no, this he they was around before I even got off the porch and started doing crazy ass real life shit. But was making me know more and more that the whole community was in on some shit, especially when it comes to the part where I was in my drug use. Now, check this out. I told y'all I was promiscuous, fucking with the brothers that lived in one building, and then they best friend. It was Red, fucking Nate, L, and that's it. And then Jay. Jay was the best friend to Red. So Curly is married to a woman named Iris, but her nickname was Lucy. Now, where it comes to what I want to say about like passing judgment and trying to kick somebody's back in or trying to like put your 2 cents in or whatever, however, and of course, in me, you know what I mean, doing my one and twos, fucking going to the hotel, smoking crack and shit like that or whatever. I soon came to realize that Iris was fucking around with Jay. Like she used to do like little crazy ass shit or whatever, like, but I didn't even know that Jay was married to the chick named Almenta that was fucking with Original, which is my Joy's dad. All of this shit was going on at this current time or whatever. So I'm getting attacked by two bras. I'm getting like came at from fucking Menta, but Menta is fucking Original, which is Michael, and fucking Iris is a whole married fucking woman. Both of them married women, and Iris was fucking Jay. Now I'm trying to figure out how the hell was you so hell bent. Like she was doing little crazy ass bullshit, like to where it was like unnecessary problems, and then it got to the point where she was like literally fucking stalking me and following me, and like she'd have her blinds in the kitchen open, sitting there looking, or sitting in her living room or wherever the hell she was at, like it, because my grandmother lived on the other side of the Vita Gardens where the basketball court was at the time when I was ripping and running and shit, and then they had like the area where they had like the playground and shit. So either way, she had the whole fucking area covered off with her peepers. But my thing is like she was going over there, going to go get coke from them and shit, well crack from them and shit, and sitting there like trying to like throw shade to me and shit too. It got to a point where I had to tell her husband, like, Mr. Curly, I don't know what the heck you thought, like, what you think is going on or whatever, because she tried to, like, pop fly with me and shit one time when I was at her house. Now, mind you, I'm in her house getting high with her and shit like that. When I started putting the pieces together, like I said, I didn't care how much my fucking shit was up in motherfucking smoke to where I'm fucking all oblivious, you know what I mean? Like, when it comes to, like, thinking and cognitivity, like, I never lost that freaking point, that like that main focal point. So she tried to come at me and say some old slick ass reckless shit. So Mr. Curly didn't even know what the hell was going on or whatever. So he came down and like I had to really tell him like, yo, you need to check your freaking wife because your wife is fucking sleeping with Jay. Like she's sitting here doing all of this shit or whatever, and this whole situation right here is going on. So I don't know what the heck y'all got going on or what was going on prior to, but She not about to sit here like I'm out here, I'm smoking crack. Yeah, I'm fucking I was fucking with the crew. You know what I mean? I was out there like fucking crack the fuck out. Like people don't want to fucking accept and own up to the parts that they played in their life, but they sit back and they, pass judgment on other people as to why certain shit transpired in their life. But you gotta look at the fault that you played in your own life at that particular moment in time or whatever point in time of your life. Like for me, I'd rather just tell my truth and fucking keep it a bean and like not try to be sugarcoat and shit because I am not I don't want to be fake and phony. I've ripped many layers and many masks off of my own self and like really just like got honest and gut level, deep level, rooted, fucking honest about some shit with my own self or whatever. So I continue to want to just face my own damn truths, but like to have like certain stuff like that and my community happen, but everybody sitting there kicking my back in and putting my name all across shit and saying this and slandering and all of this, but they not even willing to accept and own up to the shit that they out here doing and sneaking and geeking and creeping and tweaking and doing all kind of crazy ass shit. You know what I mean? Nobody looking at that shit like that or whatever. So it's like you could sit here and point out all my flaws and say I'm doing this and I'm doing that and I'm a hoe and all of this other stuff while you out here trying to make yourself goody goody on the phone gossiping, telling the neighbors, telling this one, telling that one, like trying to spread my shit thin in the motherfucking dirt, like really putting my dick in the dirt type shit. Like it's like, okay, but what did you accomplish? Because the fact of the matter and the matter of the fact is, like, regardless of how anybody feel about me, it's about how I feel about myself. And at that time when I was interacting with y'all in that whole situation, I obviously wasn't feeling that good about myself if I'm out here fucking smutting myself with, a group of men that sit around and motherfucking sniff coke, smoke crack, motherfucking one person don't want the other people to know that they actually smoking shit, but they saying that it's just sniffing it, and then you got one motherfucker that's in the child porn and all type of other crazy ass shit, like doing shit behind the motherfucking scenes and just all type of weird ass ridiculousness, you know what I mean? Setting me up, taking me to hotel rooms, recording me, laughing amongst each other and shit like that, thinking shit was fly and key and ha 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 and all of this other crazy ass shit that y'all had motherfucking going on. Like y'all dead ass motherfucking wrong. Y'all sitting back, knowing that y'all mom is sick and shit like that, like y'all did a whole bunch of foul ass fucking shit, but y'all sitting here fucking kicking my back end or whatever. The mix of all of the shit that I did and the mix of my addiction don't amount to half of the shit that y'all did and fucking uh, you know, poisoning motherfuckers. Like I remember one time I was at your house, Iris, and you had put something you had did something to where it had me like looking at you like out the corner of my motherfucking eye like did you really just do that type shit? And then you try to keep me fucking drunk and all type of shit and then try to like talk shit to me and try to belittle me and make me feel like you was oh so much more extravagant and all this other shit. But like the fact of the matter and the matter of the fact is like you got pissed off with me when I fucking told Curly about what the fuck the really real was, and it's not my fault. You're not about to keep coming at me like that. Just like Keena and all of them other motherfuckers. Fucking the Greer chick, Miss Candy, like Miss Ross, her daughter Sar. Like everybody wanted me to be fucking fighting over dudes. Fucking sitting there going back and forth arguing with motherfuckers. I'm not arguing with you about no motherfucking dudes or nothing like that. Like then you got people coming at me like reckless as hell, like y'all in whole marriages and whole commitments and shit like that, but you passing judgment on my life, y'all. Like, and it don't even matter where I was at, like different fucking cities, different states. It just was ridiculous. Like but that was where y'all comfortability was at or whatever. And then y'all all on my social media pages, gang stalking me, fucking gossiping, creating more motherfucking hate groups, sitting in group chats, saying this and that about me, talking about this and that, plotting my motherfucking death or whatever because you was mad, Iris, that motherfucking Curly found out the motherfucking truth. Like, that wasn't my fucking burden to carry. You should have just stayed the fuck out of my fucking business and out of my motherfucking, like, out of my way, cause I wasn't in your way or in your business or trying to do nothing to cause no type of nothing within your household. But since you put my name on anything, or try to get there and be in competition with somebody, and at the time, like, I'm not a married fucking person and I wasn't in no relationship with nobody, so it's like, who's the one that really looked crazy in the whole situation? You fucking took vows to say I do, to be loyal through sickness and health, for better or worse, through death do us part, and all of this other shit. You know what I mean? Like, come on, man. But yet everybody want to sit and pass judgment. These are the things that, like, behooves the fuck out of me. Like, mad people arguing with me about they situations, especially and it's crazy when it comes to the fucking married ones. Like, if nobody like know up front that a person is married, and they don't like volunteer that shit from the rip, or they say that that's my ex or whatever like that, and they know that they not fucking completely divorced or whatever, that's not up to me to fucking try to decipher or whatever. I just went by what I was told at that time. Now I know better, you know what I mean, than to jump in any type of situation without, doing fact checks. Cause I ain't trying to be with nobody fucking husband and nothing like that, because I know that if I'm married, I don't want to be out there doing that shit to my husband, and I don't want my husband to be out there doing the same shit to me. And that's another reason why I think that, marriage hadn't been granted to me, when I even had proposals, people putting ring on my finger and shit like that. But it's like, look at where I'm at right now. Those same people are not in my life. And the ones that really want the commitment, is like, I've worked on myself so much to where it's like I've proven a lot of things to myself, as far as me being able to keep growing and elevating and getting out of certain mindsets and certain situations and certain environments around certain groups of people and stuff like that, and learn to be okay with being by myself, because I learned that my codependencies in different areas in my life hindered me a lot. So it's like I was holding my own self back, but for the greater portion of my life was put on hold and stagnant and, slow like a snail, because of things, like I said, that people before me put into motion, that stagnated my growth and my elevation. So, you know what I mean? It's like, I don't know. I don't fucking know. What I do know is that, like, I want to hold myself accountable for everything that, like, that comes back to me as I sit back and I meditate and I reflect. I want to be able to put it out there to the universe that I acknowledge my wrong in the situation, and to, be asked and granted to be granted forgiveness for, my transgressions that I've partook in. Other than that, like, I'm not about to be held accountable for nobody else's shit, and then motherfucker sitting behind the scenes plotting to fucking kill a motherfucker and all of this other crazy ass shit. Like, who the hell does shit like that? I think the fuck not. You know what I mean? And for every man that I had to stand up to and come, you know what I mean, to come and put them in their place, because, like, you not about to sit here and be treating people like this, and you're not damn sure not about to treat me like that. So if I got to motherfucking check you, and everybody that's sitting around and acting like they don't see what the fucking problem is, they going to keep on wanting to be a part of the problem. No, motherfucker, like, I can't just sit here and watch some foul ass shit going on, especially a man that's fucking treating a woman fucked up, or a woman that's treating a man fucked up. That shit ain't cool. That shit ain't cool at all. But I'm not about to be nobody's scapegoat to say that I'm the reason why their marriages or their relationships broke up. Because first of all, if I didn't know that certain shit was going on and I became a part of that situation, it was already something obviously wrong with the situation to begin with for me to even become a part of it if the person wasn't happy or whatever to seek outside of what y'all had going on. So there was already deeper rooted problems that was already pre-existing in the situation before I even was introduced to it. So, and I had to look at that shit from both parts of the spectrum in my own life. So if I could reflect on those things and take accountability and accept, like, damn, yeah, I was partaking in this or whatever, whatever, you know what I mean? And not trying to push it off on somebody else like it's their fault that I was in a situation. No, I had free will. I was fucking doing what it was that I free willingly did. It's a fucking difference. But yeah, that shit crazy. Like, I never understood that. But it's mad fucking situations with mad different married fucking couples in Asbury Park, and the majority of them I never even had sex with the people, but motherfuckers want to run around lying on their own penises. That's up to them what they chose to do. Like, I'm not about to be sitting here being in a competition with somebody that I didn't even have sex with either. Like, what the fuck? Make that shit make sense. Like, huh? 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 Where do they do that at? Ain't nobody about to be playing them type of games with nobody when it come to shit like that. You're not about to be lying on my coochie because you don't. It's just things like that that are the most annoying and like I don't know. I just know that I ain't about to be bullied. Then another situation. Let's talk about it. Let's freaking talk about it. I don't know whether these two folks was married, but I do know that they was in a relationship and they had a little daughter or whatever together. Marvin and motherfucking Danielle. Danielle is connected to Shakita Russia as well and the rest of that whole crew. Marvin was fucking Danielle's dude, right? Goes over there because I was hanging out with, Shakita and all of them when I was younger. I think I was like 18, 19, some shit like that. I know. And fucking Marvin, like me and Danielle in there chilling, we drinking or whatever, the kids running around playing and shit. Marvin bring his motherfucking ass home. And prior to that, my daughter had wanted something to drink, so Danielle had gave my daughter something to drink out of her daughter's cup. But she had washed it. It wasn't like they had drank out of it like simultaneously or nothing like that. She had took it out the cabinet, she washed it, and she gave my son something to drink. I said my daughter. My son something to drink because I had my keys. And Marvin comes in the damn house and come in the kitchen or whatever and see my son drinking out his daughter's cup and snatch the cup out my fucking daughter's hand. Who the fuck do you think you are? Like, guy, my dude, my guy. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not even beat for all of that crazy ass shit that like I don't know who died and made you law to think that that was okay for you to do. Like, and I'm standing right here, I'm his whole damn mom, and you come in here. I don't know how y'all get down in y'all world, but this is not about to go down right here in front of my face with my child. Like, did you lose your fucking mind? So I started fucking this nigga up off the rip. Like, off the rip. Like, off the rip. Danielle getting mad with me because this nigga winded up leaving and shit. Like, I don't give a fuck what you talking about, what you doing, what you try. I don't care about none of that shit, nigga. Like, you don't, not my child. Like, there are certain boundaries that you don't cross when you're dealing with certain situations. And number one for me, and I'm a mother, like throughout everything that I've been throughout my journey, my drug use, my drug dealing, my fights, my ups, my downs, everything, my highs and lows, any fucking thing. My children, you not about to sit. Yeah, so Danielle and shit was in her fucking feelings or whatever. I really didn't give a fuck about it, but the fake phoniness when it comes to this situation is Shakita sitting back while all of this is going on, and she knowing how I'm feeling about the situation because I ain't had no problem with being vocal in that matter. Like, yo, you not about to sit here and fucking play games with me and shit. Just like later on down the line after I had gotten myself, you know what I mean, like away from them and got myself together, like coming back off of, getting sober and shit. Like I remember like Valquan used to drive us down to Danielle house and like how they was trying to showboat and shine and shit and how like it was these gang members that was over there or whatever. And I remember like walking up Myrtle, like walking like past Myrtle Avenue and shit like that, and feeling like motherfuckers was like watching me and shit. And I was sharing that shit with motherfuckers like, yo, motherfuckers is really on some other shit, like trying to take me out on some other shit. Everybody sitting there laughing, talking about I'm crazy, I'm paranoid, I'm high, I'm skitsed out, and all of this other shit. And I'm like, I don't even get high no more. Like that's not within my desire. But because people remember at that time when I was getting high and they had ran into me before I had left from Asbury, they seen me when I was getting high. So when I came back, when they see me after I had left from Philadelphia and moved in with Shakita before I had even got to my mom's house on First Avenue, she was living in Kingsburg, so I was there. So you know what I mean, like it's just them type of situations like that that let me know that the whole fucking town had it out for me. It ain't no other motherfucking way to put that shit. I had other motherfucking people's wives and girlfriends and shit like that jealous of me and wanting to fight me and just all type of weird ass extra shit. Like I had to check a couple motherfucking people and their their girlfriends or however they wanted to look at it, but it's like I'm not about to be disrespected because your mate doesn't know how to tell the truth and be honest and come to you as a woman or even interacting with me. Like just leave me alone if that's what it is. But if I unknowingly step into a situation like and then you get behind the scenes once you find out about me and start fucking having people like following me and doing all of that, like then I got my family members, people's fucking because of shit that they into and what they got going on or whatever, and then they got connections with people that's what I mean beefing with me and shit. So everybody clicking the fuck up in that little small tight ass motherfucking town and the surrounding towns. It don't even fucking matter. Everybody have a turn in the town. You know what I mean? Like I don't know, but it's just the hilarity within it all that people can be so quick to pass judgment and sit back and plot and scheme and do all of the underhanded crazy shit, but you got motherfuckers that done killed fucking grandparents or know about murders or help hide bodies and do all of this other crazy ass fucking shit. Like, oh yeah, while we talking about fucking bodies, like what getting me is how these same people will have gang members and shit like that, paying them, putting prices on people's heads, and doing all of this unnecessary, extra crazy ass motherfucking bullshit. They done fucking actually killed motherfuckers or knew about somebody killing somebody in their family for life insurance policies and all of this other crazy ass shit. Fucking claiming houses and properties and all type of shit that ain't theirs, and you know continuing on and having dealings with people that have dealings with knowingly fucking being a part of, you know, sexually perverted, underhanded shit that goes on either in the fucking children's, sector, the teenage sector, or the adult sector. But nobody want to talk about the things that they do behind fucking closed doors. That's the shit that gets me. But I'll come out and tell a motherfucker what happened behind closed doors in my own personal motherfucking life. Like make it make sense for me. Like on some real shit. Like y'all